Brrr, it's cold outside. We're in the middle of this polar vortex. So why not think about some crunchy and cozy board games coming out this year? I've got 10 games for you, so let's get into it. First up is Dinositters from Featherstone Games, designed by Maxwell Freud and Joel Bodkin, as well as the art done by Joel Bodkin. And it's for 2 to 6 players, and it's going to play in about 60 minutes. In this game, you are taking on the role of a dino babysitter, and you're trying to go out and make sure they're happy and do all these cool little fun games. It seems really cutesy and really family-ish, but it actually does have a nice bit of crunch and thinking to it. Next up from Cardboard Alchemy and Lucky Duck Games is Critter Kitchen. This was a popular Kickstarter last year. It is actually now finally coming to retail this April. And so you'll be able to pick up a copy. And in here you are going around trying to make all of these cool little things, and it has artwork by the amazing Sandara Tang, who also did Flamecraft. Next, we have Perch from Inside Up Games, designed by Douglas Hottrick and Ari Oliver, for 2 to 5 players, and it's going to play in about 45 minutes. Now, this one might be a little less on the cozy side because it is a little bit ruthless. This is a bit of a kind of attacky type of game where you are sending out your birds to other people's nests, and stealing their resources and that kind of thing. From the creators of Flamecraft themselves, Sandara Tang again, as well as Manny Vega, and published by the Op, comes T-Witches. This is going to be releasing at Gen Con, and I'm really excited to try this out. I have only seen a couple of teaser images and videos, and so I don't know much more about this, but I'm pretty sure it's still going to fit the category. Now onto some ones that are going to be hitting Kickstarter this spring. We have Foraglings, and in this game, it's got some beautiful artwork designed by TJ Jacobs, and it's designed, the game is designed by Sam McDavitt, published by McDavitt Publishing, Sam's own company. And here you're going to be bidding for cards that you're going to use to try and pick up these pieces that you're going to put into your backpack. So there's a little bit of a puzzle, a spatial puzzle there, as well as managing your resources to go around the board and pick up more resources. And there's also multi-use cards. So there's a lot of really cool mechanics in here that I like. I got to see a demo of it on Tabletop Simulator, and so I'm really excited for this one. And that's coming to Kickstarter sometime in the first quarter. From iAdventure, we have Champions of Wind and Fire. You may have actually started to see advertisements for this one. The Kickstarter is launching very soon in the next couple of weeks in February 19th. And this is basically How to Train Your Dragon, the board game, but cuter. The artwork is a completely different style, but you can actually build out your own little dragon, which is really neat. And then you're actually going to be able to, once you've built the dragon, use that dragon to compete in races to get yourself points and win the game. Next up, we have Kilauea from Combo Games. This is designed by David Bernari and Fernan Renales, with the artist by Eduardo Garcia Griegio. It's going to play in 2 to 4 players in about 60 minutes. This is the same designer that did Salt and Sea, so I'm really excited to see what they do in the medium to lightweight Euro category instead of the heavy Euro category. Next up is Phanerozoic, published by Broken Mill, designed by Pepin Van Loon, and artwork by Louis Golby, for 1 to 4 players for about 45 minutes. This is a card game where it's kind of this tableau building where you're going to be having a couple of different tableaus that you're trying to play into in order to score the most points. I don't know much more about it at this point, but it did look really cool. They are sending me a copy. Next up from Ghostfire Gaming, we have Companion Quest. This one is a lot more on the lightweight side than the crunchy side, but definitely is still very cozy. There are a group of gnomes that are trying to rescue and save their land. And so you're going to be doing this in a cooperative way through tableau building, combo creating, and dice drafting. So those are all some pretty cool mechanics that I like. So it could still end up being a little bit of a good think, but not too much, because it's only going to play in about 30 minutes for 1 to 4 players. And of course, another game coming this spring, but is for when you want to get a little bit cozy around the holidays, is Holiday Hills by Chris Couch Games, designed by Chris Porter themselves of The Nerdy Soul. This is a really cool 3D aspect game, has a little bit of dexterity in it, but it's not necessarily a dexterity game, but you're trying to save the day because Christmas is coming real quick and you just need to get it all done. So that seemed really cool. And last but not least, I said 10, but I have an honorable mention because this one you're not going to be able to get your hands on most likely this year because it's releasing at Essen. This is Pondscape from Pink Troubadour and designed by Thomas Hollock, the one who brought us Galileo Galilei and SETI and Tea Garden. This is a much lighter game. This is a card game set with frogs. Yes, frogs. We've got all of these bird games and all of these nature games and all of these other animals, but we don't have a lot of frogs. So we're going to bring in some frogs. This is going to be for 2 to 4 players, playing about 30 minutes and looks pretty neat. All right, that's all I've got for you today. If you liked this, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow along. It really helps me grow. And we will see you next time. Bye.